Well, practice was practice 13 already. Went over the rest of the calendar with the guys this morning in our team meeting. Just talked about what we have left before we open up in 2 weeks, and just when we're going to be in pads, when we're going to be in shells, and you know, the concentration that we have to have when we're out here. I thought the guys grinded through it today. Obviously, this is the dog days of camp, but they're still working and paying attention to the details. There's still a lot of things that we have to get corrected, but I like their work ethic.
Kirk Barron was out today, and it caused some shuffling on your line.
Yeah.
What's his issue? And
he took a shot yesterday in the head in one of the one-on-one periods yesterday, so we just got to wait until he clears out. But it gave us a chance to put Cameron in at the center spot, and keep David Hedman with the ones, and then we pushed up Baruz at the second left tackle.
Your plan still to have, at least if you played tomorrow, Sermon playing left tackle for you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
So how has he looked in the first week?
No, he's done a good job. He really has. He's been better in pass protection than we thought he would be. He's done a good job in the run game. We have to get him to get very consistent as we go forward.
Have you had to watch Posey very much in practice to monitoring from his knee injury?
Yes. Basically on the tour days, we said you're going to take one of those practices off. It'll allow you to do some individual work, but the team stuff you're going to stay out of. So yeah, we've monitored what he's done because he gets a little bit sore.
It's still pretty impressive to be where he's at right now.
It's amazing. The science of the medicine is just absolutely phenomenal. Just to be able to think he was out 4 or 5 months ago with a bad injury in his back already, playing at the speed that he's playing at.
So how do you assess your receivers at this point in camp and what they've done?
I talked to them this morning about making sure that their number one job is to catch the ball above all else. It's not getting lined up, it's not motioning, it's to catch the ball. That's what they get paid for. And I said that their concentration level has to be greater than where it is right now. And it's what it is. It's not catching, it's concentration, especially when you're in traffic.
Is BJ back full go, and where do you see him in the mix?
Well, he'll be one of the Z's for us for sure. Saturday will tell us a lot. We have the ability to slide Danny inside, put BJ outside, or play Posey inside and play both of those guys outside. So we're going to need them all. I think we have 6 guys right now, if you ask me, with Jantz and who are my backup backs over there on the left side? Phillips. Yep, Phillips, and then you have BJ and Danny and Pose, and you're trying to find out who that next guy is. It might be Trey, and see who that next guy is.
About a year ago at this time, Danny Anthrop had that knee injury in the scrimmage. Just how's his development at this point?
Yeah, Danny's done an excellent job. I mean, he's just got such a great work ethic, and he comes and he learns, and it's very important to him. And he's a good player. He's fast. He's not as polished as you like him to be yet, but he overcomes some of that with his work habits and how hard he plays. He plays as hard as anybody on our football team right now.
The number of guys you have in red is growing.
Yes.
Is that a concern right now, or you feel okay about it being this time rather than 2 weeks from now?
It's always a concern. That's one of the things I talk to the team about, is that you got to trust the staff to get you to the game healthy, and we're going to keep pushing you until it's time to back off, and we'll do that. We'll start tapering off on some things, but you're right. There's a lot of guys in red right now. There's nothing I don't believe is significant. Razan's getting close to getting back. So the number one goal as a staff is to get your A players to the game, period.
When you've got Danny and BJ on the field at the same time, do you think that's something that kind of opens up some of the things you can do on offense?
Well, absolutely. If you put those two together on the field, and you put Akeem and Raheem on the field, you got pure speed, and there's nothing like speed on the field.
Will you go pads at all tomorrow?
No, the next time we'll go pads, full pads, is Saturday. We'll go uppers tomorrow, and then the last time we'll go pads before we play is next Wednesday for the kick scrimmage. Those are the last 2 padded days.
Are you kind of cross-training Jalen? Looked like he was
we are. Yeah, we are. And I mean, if you watch him, if you closely watch him, he gets more and more comfortable every single day, and he's going to be a really good player. He's a good player.
Phillips back today. Is he pretty good then? Did Jelani Phillips.
Oh
he's
yeah,
back
yeah,
today.
yeah. last year, I don't know if you guys remember, but his he had a trap stinging and shut down for a few weeks, and he was out, and he was nervous. He says, it's not the same thing as a bruise. I'm ready to get back in, so it was good to see by him.
What have you seen this camp from Yancey in terms of consistency and just whatever kind of next step you wanted him to take after a pretty good
D'Angelo?
D'Angelo.
He's playing a lot better than he did in the springtime. He's playing with more confidence and speed. We still need him to be that alpha receiver, to be that dominant guy that you can throw him the ball when he's being draped on by a guy and go up and take it from him. That's what you're looking for out of him. But he's playing a lot faster than he did. He's playing with a much better hit level as well.
Is he sort of on schedule becoming that sort of player
Well, I hope
you want
so.
him to be?
I hope so. If he keeps working, he's got a chance to be that guy you need him to be.
Did you learn anything from the 2-minute drills there at the end?
Oh, there's so much to learn from the 2-minute drill. Just one, you can never take sacks in 2-minute drill, and the quarterback's got to be aware, has to have that biological clock that always goes off in his head. But there was a couple situations where I thought we could have got the ball out of bounds. We're dancing around on the sideline. You can't do that. It's not worth wasting time on the clock for 2 or 3 yards. You got to get the ball out of bounds. So there's a lot of good teaching from those 2-minute situations.
You have a new walk-on kicker.
Yeah.
Also.
How about that? It's like the NFL, you know. Yeah, Parker Flynn. He's a Arizona State graduate, and he, graduated with a communications degree, and I think he's originally from California. I don't know much about him, but he walked in my office this morning, and this has been going in the works for about 2 weeks now, and we got it done, and I'm glad to have him because he's going to help us in the kick scrimmage next week and see if he can help us down the road.
Is he more of a punter than a kicker?
We're gonna emphasize his punting and kicking off abilities more so than his field goal abilities. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Go ahead.
Pretty cool to have the president here to stop by.
Oh yeah, he's the best. I mean, he gets it. He really does, and it's fun that he loves his place and he loves Purdue football, and he sings the praises of what's going on here, and just to have him come out here for a few minutes and share with our guys is pretty special.
Were you making a push for him to wear that helmet on his motorcycle?
I think he would look great with that helmet. I don't know if it's fitting, but he would look great riding down on his Harley with the Boilermaker helmet on.
Still a lot of camp to go, but in the 10 days you've been out here, a couple of guys that have made big moves over the last 10 days come to mind?
It's just, I think we've been pretty consistent with the defensive line. That's the best position, I think, playing well. Obviously we made the slight change at the linebacker position, but, he's a little banged up right now. Jawan Bentley's a little banged up with his hammy. He heard it in the sprints yesterday. We didn't find out today. He heard it in the sprints. Hopefully it's not too bad. He says it's just tight. The secondary's been playing well. You know what? And I'm going to knock on wood that the offensive line is starting to gel, and you can see it more and more how those guys are playing together. Still got to get Roos to play a little bit lower, but those guys are starting to come together. It's fun to hear them talk, communicate back and forth.